Good afternoon, Ames Network. Here we are again with another special edition of What's Buzzing. We know it is literally Wednesday afternoon. You're super excited to be hanging out with us because, we're just the cool middle school educators here. But you guys, I know also are needing that cup of coffee. So we're going to give you that 30 seconds to go grab something to drink, go find a comfy spot at home, and get ready to join us as we get ready for today's edition of What's Buzzing. We'll be right back. Hey, Ames Network, welcome back. We're super excited to be here with you again on this Wednesday afternoon. Can see already we do have some viewers joining live with us. So,
Hello,
yay!
everybody. Hi.
Happy Wednesday. For you guys that don't know us, I'm Tracy Fuentes. I'm the Director of Marketing and Communications for Ames. And we have two special people in the house with us today. So, Amy, I will let you take it first.
Thank you, Tracy. So, my name's Amy Botica, and I am the co-executive director of the Association of Illinois Middle Schools. And I am a former 6th and 7th grade math and science teacher. And I was a principal in middle school for 22 years. So, I am thoroughly enjoying my position here with Ames and working with Tracy and all the other network members and the board. Today, we have a very special guest. His name is Mr. Cage, and he works with teens all around the surrounding areas. And he likes to teach teens about living up to their potential. And he's got a wonderful message for us today. He's also going to be presenting at our upcoming Ames Network Institute.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
It's coming up on October 29th. We have many fabulous presenters, and today we are featuring Mr. Cage. So, Mr. Cage, welcome to What's Buzzin', the middle school edition.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
It
We have
is.
It is our
three,
honor.
it's three special people on
Oh,
this broadcast today.
that's
Wow,
what you know.
thank you.
That is true. Wait,
So
this
nice.
this week, right? Oh, you can't see
Yeah.
what
Oh, I
I'm
gotta go this way.
And
And then we
all I
gotta
gotta
go
do
like
is
this.
that's all I
He's
gotta
got
do.
it easy. He's got it
My
easy.
job is easy. My job is easy.
Right,
Definitely.
right. So, Mr. Cage, can you tell us? Well, okay, I already told your name, but the question technically is, what is your name? What is your role in education with middle school students or tweens and teens?
Yes, Marcus Cage. I tell my students when they ask, "What's your first name?" Mister. I always say that to them. My role and responsibility in education is as a transformative coach. I'm a lead facilitator for our potential program, which potential teaches kids to think before they do. We do a tremendous amount of work in Joliet, Lockport, Romeoville, Bolingbrook, and recently in Gary, Indiana.
Excellent.
Awesome.
Some good work going on over there for sure.
Tremendous, tremendous. I want to use because I used to work at Joliet Job Corps as well from 2011 to 2016. And when students come in, of course, especially middle school students, you want your students to feel safe and be in a comfortable environment. So this
Yes.
exercise that we used to do was to get to know them, but also create and foster that safe environment. I'm gonna use my last name to describe who I am as a person. My first letter is C. C is me as a caring person. A is authentic. I'm a very, very authentic individual. What you see is what you get. I have a tremendous place of integrity, and I attribute that to my upbringing, but also my mentors and leaders that really pour into me and help me become the best version of me, which translates into being an awesome professional as well. G, my G is goal oriented. In order to be a facilitator and help people maximize their full potential academically, personally, and professionally, you have to be an individual who teaches what they live and live what they teach. So I am a goal oriented individual. And as you probably can see, my E, I'm very, very engaging, very, very grassroots, working hands on with middle schoolers, working hands on with teachers, working hands on with administrators to make sure that we're providing the best quality service to our students, to our schools, and to our community.
It's good stuff.
I
Excellent.
love it.
I know, I do too. It's
I
great.
love it.
Yes.
No.
So I'm assuming we want to hear about the program itself.
Yes.
I
That's
was waiting
going to be our next thing.
for my partner to ask that.
Oh, I still got to get used to this. Your partner there, okay.
Sorry, Mr. Cage, we can be a little silly, but I think that's attributed to the fact that we're like middle school teachers and principals, right? So sometimes
I
that happens.
literally just got out of the classroom with a bunch of 8th graders. So excuse me if I'm acting like maybe an 8th grader and a little like, right now.
Be you. Feel free to let your hair down. This is a safe environment.
Yes. With all our watchers.
Yes. No.
Today is October the 2nd. I was on a call earlier with a young lady in Atlanta, Georgia, talking about the program, attempting to expand it into other states. And I was reminded that we're about a week away from Potential's first year anniversary.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
October the 10th, 2023 was the first workshop that we did. Shout out to Brooks Middle School in Bolingbrook. We did our first interactive education and training session with 108 7th graders.
Fantastic.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Shout out to the staff there that assisted us. They made it easy. Logistics, all the process, everything connected. All we had to do was really just prep and come in there and facilitate the experience for those students. What does Potential do? Potential teaches kids to think before they do. I'm sure with us being middle school educators, we all have an understanding of how our kids can be impulsive at times. And those impulsivity can be attributed to many factors. One factor that we know is limited life experience. Our goal with Potential is to help our kids remain in the classroom, not only physically, but mentally. Being an educator, we've all had this experience where maybe we had to focus a lot on the behavior and we couldn't give our kids the content that they needed to refine a skill set for them to maximize their potential academically. Our responsibility is to help our teachers and administrators carry that weight by cultivating an experience where our kids know what to do in those situations. How do we do this? Well, over my career, I've taught with kindergarten, first grade, freshman, sophomore, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, and even young adults ages 16 to 24. And what I've learned over the years is that people normally buy into something that they find interesting. What I imagined and what I saw was an opportunity to engage students in what was relevant to them. So we started collecting all these scenarios where I had a personal experience, some of our leaders and facilitators had these experiences, and most importantly, our kids had these experiences. And we wanted to show them how to make the right decision in these experiences. If you look at my background real quick, it says you play the way you practice. You play the way you practice in
Yes.
sports,
Mhm.
in school, and in life.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Our thought was if we can help our kids practice these scenarios and rehearse, the likelihood of them making wise decisions when these scenarios present themselves increases. It keeps them in the classroom physically and mentally because we don't want them to be in ISS. We don't want them to be in detention. We don't want them to be suspended. But we know that a lot of times it's not your academic behavior that puts you outside the classroom. It's something more on a human level from your person or how you perceive yourself to be.
Mhm. Very true. There's a lot of social emotional learning going on there with you when you're working with
Yes.
those students. So,
Yes, definitely.
so can you tell us what the presentation will look like at the Network Institute?
Oh my goodness.
Well, I'm guessing some high energy. The way Mr.
Oh,
Cage is talking with that tea, I'm feeling it. Am I right?
Oh, yeah, right through the screen.
Ooh, I can already feel it. Amy, can you?
I can, I
Yes.
can.
That
take a
room
deep
is
breath,
going to be
everybody.
loud and busy.
Yes.
Deep
My
breath.
my fellow educators, don't get scared. I, you're gonna have to work that day. I,
Okay.
I I know that we may come in with our blouses and dresses and our ties and our shoes. I would say bring a t-shirt and some gym shoes.
All right.
Okay.
Rooms Network members, you hear that? You're coming to Network Institute. Dress comfy.
Yeah, because sometimes as educators, because we have to get up in the so early in the morning and prepare, trying to fit that gym slot in can be kind of.
Oh.
Ooh, we're going to
We're
get
gonna
it.
take care of that. We're gonna take care of that for you that day.
Okay. Okay. So I think we have an idea about some things that are being incorporated into the presentation.
Ooh,
I'll say
Amy, we
this.
better maybe
Yeah.
remember where Mrs. Cage's presentation time slot is. Maybe we don't want to do him right after lunch, after the big meal for the celebration.
I believe Mr. Cage's is the first session.
Woo, we're
Yeah.
going to be pumped right
And
after the keynote
have a great
Get you
kickoff.
thing.
get you up and wake you up. But quick details, not to scare anybody. It's
Oh,
going to be it's going to be an intro to potential. What we've done up to this point, why we do what we do. Then we're going to talk about some concepts from a social emotional learning aspect and some other concepts embedded within the curriculum where we want to expose everybody to it so they can have a great understanding of how we do what we do, the methods that we use to facilitate that experience. The other part will be some exercise, light exercise, but we're going to take the staff or the administrators or our fellow teachers through a couple of scenarios for them to experience what our kids experience, our middle school kids when they're going through this experience. Because I believe that if you taste test something, you'll find out if it's for you. So we want to take them through a taste test to see can this help you and your school improve the overall culture.
Wonderful.
awesome.
Thank you so much for sharing.
Just out of
Appreciate it.
So,
curiosity, is there a reason, like a story behind why you started your program?
Awesome question. The story behind the program was that it wasn't something that I wanted to do. I had the thought because over the years I've had the honor to create a lot of effective programming. But I was looking and just really meditating on a program that could be fun, but also give that learning component. I got a call from Brooks Middle School asking to come and speak with, at that time, it was like 167th grade males.
Mhm.
And my first thought in my mind was, yeah, I don't want to do that. The reason was because I knew that I could not manage and keep their attention for that
Yeah.
long period of time. Because I think it was for an hour at the time. To make a long story short, one of my mentees, Jada Cooley and myself, we took a trip to Brooks Middle School and met with, some administrators and lead counselors there. And the question that I was asked was, like, what's your vision for this? And my response was, what is it that you need? Because we were there to service a need. So once that was established, another series of questions took place. Then a
Mhm.
question that I asked was, what is the staff dealing with right now? What are some of the obstacles that we're struggling with in interacting with our students on a daily basis, or behavior trends? And they gave about 4 or 5. Okay, how about this? How about we create something? Because we specialize in interactive education and training. Let's stay true to form and do something more interactive and educational. Once that
Yeah.
was proposed, it was a green light, and we began to create Protein Show. It took about a month and a half to create all the scenarios, the logistics, but it was worth it. But that was the story on how it was created.
Wow. That's amazing. Very like authentic professional development.
Yeah, it really was. It really was. Yeah,
Very
it
cool.
really was.
And using the data, that's so.
Yes.
Mhm.
I mean, that's huge.
Yeah,
You go in there, you ask what the needs are, you listen, and you go create. I mean,
Mhm.
wow.
Yeah. Tailor made for
Yes.
yeah.
students.
It was created to be an evergreen product, meaning that the sustainability over a substantial period of time is there because we live in a society where things are always changing. So as we see the changes in the trends, as we see these different keywords that our middle school students are using, we want to integrate that into an experience to catch their attention. Then if
Yeah.
we can catch their attention, then we can impart and train and educate them on that personal growth and development aspect and that social emotional learning component, which can keep them in the classroom mentally and physically.
Amen. And you know what? Also,
Yes.
it's like it's built. It's instantly building that relationship too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Huge.
relationship building. Hmm.
We
Yeah.
Definitely.
always know if that isn't established first, there's no learning that's going to be taking place afterwards. If the kids don't feel safe in your environment, learning does not occur.
Exactly. That's right.
Definitely. Absolutely true, ladies.
So we have another question for you, Mr. Cage. What is your favorite part about working with middle level students?
I saw that question. I thought about it. First thought that came to my mind was the level of participation.
Okay.
I
Okay.
I
All right.
I love all of my students. If you're watching,
Mhm.
I love you dearly. I've had middle school students. I had the kindergartners, the little babies. I've had high schoolers, and I've had young adults. The middle schoolers bring so much energy.
Yeah.
Yes.
It and my high schoolers kind of okay, bro. They can be kind of
Are you still getting the bro over there?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, right.
I don't really want to talk today, bro. But it's okay. We're gonna grow and develop together. But my middle schoolers, their level of participation and energy level, what it does is that you can feed off of that,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yes.
those hands pop up like popcorn.
Mm-hmm.
And then the method that I like to use, if I got a group of let's say 8 or 10 or 20, you're gonna have those people that's gonna continue to raise their hand.
Hmm.
I say, hey, Chris, you froze. Amy, froze. Tracy, froze. And I'm able to do it in an effective way where they don't shut down. And I
Right.
let them know the reason why I'm freezing you because we want to hear from everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, you've been doing an awesome job. You have. But I want to. Can we hear from somebody else? And they understand that when it's communicated to them. But their energy level is amazing. It when you can feed off that, and a lot of good memories can be created, and a lot of substantial information and education that can help them be successful long term for their livelihood.
And you can see the light bulbs go off with the
Yes.
middle schoolers.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
They're at that age cognitively and developmentally where they can process the information, and you can almost just see it when they make the connection. And that's what I love about middle school. And they're fun.
Yeah.
Oh my God, they're amazing. They're so fun to be with.
They sure are.
Yeah, they really are. I love to see them get it right. But my thought of the day, I love to see you get it right, but I even love more to see you do it right.
Yes.
So with the program itself, is based on cognitive development, personal growth and development, social and emotional learning. Once we leave out of the session and I see them in the hallway, or I see them at a volleyball game, basketball game, and I see them implement what we taught them or what we learned together in our environment, I'm gonna positively reinforce that. Soon as I see you. Good job. What you mean? I saw what you did. You made an awesome decision. Or I may see them on another day, a few days later, and say, hey, I noticed that what we taught in the classroom, you have an understanding because you applied it. That's good. Let's build off that. I love seeing them raise the hand, but I also I love seeing them actually do what they've learned too.
Putting it into action.
Yes.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Not actually like just saying something, they're actually living it.
And
that's how you know they understand, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
That's how we know.
I do, we do, you do.
Yep.
I love it.
Cool.
I love it. I love it.
All right. So that's going to take us to our fourth question.
Okay.
So we have been doing a little bit of data collection for two of our newest principal podcasters. They are on a mission to collect walkout songs. So we are curious, Mr. Cage, what would be your walkout song?
Oh, when I first saw that question and really pondered it, I said, I don't
It's
really
for
want to do a
Al and
walkout
Joe. They
song.
need data.
Yeah.
Data driven.
I don't really want to do a walkout song. But then I thought, my text message on my cell phone, anytime I get a text message, I get this is the Marvel Endgame Assemblance song.
Okay.
Yep. It goes dun 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 dun. So you gotta it's one of those last scenes in the end game where and this is real relevant to our conversation, is that a sound brings people together. Yep. So when you hear a specific sound, we automatically come together as a community for one goal. So that would be my Marvel's Endgame theme music. That is my walkout song.
All right. Well, we love that. Thank you for sharing.
I didn't do the best job in mimicking it.
Hey,
you want me to send it to you? I'll send it to you.
I was asked
via email.
yesterday to sing mine, and I'm like, no, I'm too camera shy to sing. So
I would have sang it for you. See, we missed an opportunity.
Yeah, we did.
But Mr. Cage, you were very brave singing that song for us.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for that.
And you sounded good, and I knew what you were doing. I got it.
All right, Amy, you're up.
Oh, I'm up. Okay.
Yes, it's my question. So,
so I have selected various walkout songs throughout the various live streams that we've had, and it's they've changed over time a little bit. So today I was thinking about the presentation and potential and how you're teaching kids to think before they do. So it's kind of like my own walkout song, but maybe a shared walkout song between, let's say, the three of us, or Mr. Cage and your family that helps you. So I'm going with, you probably already guessed it, Aretha Franklin, You Better Think, think, right?
Okay.
You know
Okay.
what
I
I'm
got you.
talking about? You
Yeah.
gotta
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
You gotta know it.
I do. I
No,
do. Yeah.
I'm not
That's
ringing a bell.
You better
what
think about what you're trying to do to me.
you
Think,
gotta
think,
think.
think.
Okay.
So
See,
you know
put
what
the
it is?
thing in now. Yeah.
Yes. So I
That's a
thought, you
good
know,
one. I didn't even think about that.
that fits. So that's the one I'm going with. And it just came to me like that. So I'm like, that's my song. My walkout song is You Better Think.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you. It's a good song.
Yeah, it is.
Yes.
All
All
right,
right.
Miss Wade, do
All right.
reveal, please. We were together all day today, by the
I
way,
know.
Mrs.
We
Fuentes.
finally met in person.
Yes.
Oh, really?
It was the first time that we met in person after working together for like 2 months.
Yes.
What?
I was lucky and got to go over to Carl Sandburg Middle School in Mundelein and share the day with Ms. Fuentes and another one of our board members, Carly Spina,
Yes.
for the multilingual summit that we sponsored today, and it was awesome. And
Yeah.
that's just a little smidget of what our institute is going to be. Then I mean, it's going to be amazing. The upcoming
Institute is going to be way much bigger.
because today's presentation was so phenomenal and the participants were so engaged, and I know that all 20 of our presenters is equally powerful.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's really going to be
Ooh.
really nice.
I'm already like on a high from this morning. Like my kids were like, "Oh my God, Mrs. Fuentes, you are here." And I'm like, "Yeah, I told you guys I am here today." I said I was in the library. And then they're like, "Oh, were you stuck in another meeting?" They're like, "Oh, we feel sorry for you." And I'm like, "No, guys." I said, "This one, I actually was part of leading it out, facilitating it." So I'm like, "This one was a cool one." I said,
it was so fun.
Yeah, no. And they're like, "Really? What was it?" And I'm like, "No, it was with Ames." And they're like, "Ames?" Some of them don't know about the work with Ames. So then I explained it, and they're like, "Oh, there were other teachers in the building?" Yeah. And I said, one of them drove over 2.5 hours to get here. Oh, really? So they were intrigued.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Stuff.
So,
okay. So,
because of that high, like, and thinking about Network Institute and leading up to that, and like thinking about like another high with all of us getting together, I'm just going with the Point Sisters with I'm so excited.
I love it.
So I'm like, yes,
There you go.
in my
I
head.
love it.
Yeah.
There you go.
Love it. See,
There you go.
I just had a feeling that Tracy, I
Yeah.
got out here and said, Tracy, I bet we have the same walkout song today.
Yeah. No, I'm excited about our work, what we're doing. I'm excited about that we had this morning. It was so great. So Carly Spina, a huge shout out to you. Thank you, thank you, thank you a million times, sister.
Yes, thank you, Miss Spina. And we're so excited for Mr. Cage.
Yes.
Yeah.
I can't wait
Yeah.
to see the program's about and how it's facilitated.
I
and all
told
the
you his promo video was like mind blowing.
Phenomenal. Yeah. I mean,
Shout out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, shout out to Mr. Ron Beals. Shout out to Mr. Ron Beals. Shout out the team real quick. Marcus Gallegos, Stephanie Evans, Jada Cooley, Ernest Krim,
Yeah.
and Jaden Stephanie. All the team, all the people that comprise of Potential. And one other piece that I wanted to promote, the Boys Leadership Growth Conference is taking place October the 10th at Lewis University. This event aims to provide a unique platform for 8th grade male students from Bolingbrook, Romeoville, and Fairmont, whose cumulative GPAs is 2.5 to 3.5. We want to come together to embark on a learning experience of personal growth and development and an environment that fosters leadership skills. It's going to be a lot of different topics covered
Mhm.
in that October the 10th, and we're preparing for that. But we're also preparing to work with you all. I'm gonna bring in when we come there. I'm gonna bring my notepad and everything. We're gonna make it a whole learning experience and
Yeah,
connect and just learn and glean and gather from each other and see
yeah,
where the day leads us to. We're excited about it as well.
yeah. Well, I love that you've targeted your audience and you're going to give them some fabulous information on October 10th. And I know that those young men are looking up to you, and that
Yeah.
you're gonna be such a great role model for them. So I find that to be really gratifying as a former principal at school of the schools, and knowing that our young men and our young women, but our young men specifically, they really need to
Need
have
the role models and
good, solid role models. And so,
Yeah.
yeah,
I want to
that's
do one one more shout out real fast, if you allow
yeah,
me to. Need
absolutely
to shout out Ice and Fire Leadership Academy in Romeoville, Coach Joseph Johnson and Mama Joyce. Shout out to you for the great work that you are currently doing and have done up to this point. Shout out to you for your sacrifice and dedication and commitment to your community. So honored to partner and work with you.
so the boys can who registers the boys for your conference, Mr. Cage? How does that
The,
work?
the, well, the schools specifically are registering the boys, but if a person wanted to register, I would say if they would visit the Valley View School District website or visit that office, then they should be able to provide you some information and show you the process if that's available for registration.
Okay,
okay.
very good. So visit the Valley View website for more information on that
Yeah,
conference.
VBSD, Valley View School District.
Perfect. Okay, sounds great.
No,
Beautiful.
we definitely appreciate everything that you are doing, Mr. Cage. The work that you are doing is so inspirational. The kids, the schools that you are working with, they're so lucky. And it
Yep,
wasn't until this conference that I heard about you. I'm going to be honest, but looking and seeing the work you're doing, I mean, it's truly inspiring. So, anybody that is doing this type of work, I mean, you guys are all heroes and rock stars and leading the way for our kids because our kids need us. And you are
yep.
such a huge part of that. So,
When,
thank you.
when I You're welcome. And thank you, ladies, for having me. When I first started this journey, transitioning to formal education, my mentor told me, he said to me, they're going to teach you more than you can teach them. And I thought to myself, what does this man mean? I
Yeah.
didn't understand it. But then as I began to experience and started learning in the process of the journey, I understood exactly what he meant. So as a teacher, we're always students. And if we
Oh,
continue to be students, our kids will always learn and grow. But thank you, ladies, for the
great.
work that you do. Amy, you know already. Tracy, you get one too.
Oh,
But
thank
thank you for
you.
having me. All the
No,
work that you do that we don't see is recognized. We appreciate you too.
Oh, thank
thank
you.
you so much.
Thank you so much for joining us. We're really excited to see your presentation coming up on October 29th. And have a lovely day, Mr. Page.
Thank you,
Yes.
ladies. Enjoy
Thank
your
you
week.
so much. And thank you, IMS Network, for taking the time to hang out with us and talk with Mr. Cage and hear about all of the amazing work he's doing. And I know you guys are super excited. So you're going to get your gym shoes and your sweatpants ready for Ames to be comfy and everything to be pumped up with his presentation. So,
Promise you we won't hurt you. I promise. We'll handle you with care. Come one, come all. We'll handle you with care.
no, thank you so much. And thank you, Ames Network. Enjoy the rest of the day. We are going to be buzzing off, but we will be back tomorrow.
I like that.
We have another guest tomorrow, Amy, right?
Yes, we do. Tomorrow we do have another guest, but for today, that's Buzzin' Off with What's Buzzing, the middle school edition. Thanks, everybody. Have a
Bye,
great
Ames
night.
Network.